All right, let's talk about episode 4 of Kamen Rider Gotchard. I have no intro, honestly. Um, I'm full of food right now. That's why this review is a day late. There's something out here in San Diego, out in Del Mar, where the Fairgrounds racetrack is, called Foodie Land. I did some tweets or X's or something on social media about some of the stuff I was eating, and let me tell you, dropped too much money, ate a lot of way too different foods, and then last night I was feeling it, and I was like, I got the itis bad. I was just on the couch the whole time, just like, I don't want to record anything. I don't want to do any. I can't move. I'm done. But I did watch Gachard, so obviously here's the review. And man, like, I like they're giving us so much character stuff, but not just regular. Hold on, I'm thirsty. Yum. They gave us so much, like, not a lot of action, but like we're getting character development so early on and character growth, and we're only 4 episodes in, and I like that. Some may say that messes with the pacing, but I'd rather have this character development and growth now than to have something hinted at and just thrown to the wayside later on or forgotten. I mean, like I say, I get the asterisk. I put the asterisk next to Saber because of filming restrictions and protocols. Uh, Revice, there's some stuff there. Geets even forgot a lot of stuff that was like thrown in, but not like they didn't like pick up on it, So this to me is okay. I like this, and especially because the episodes kind of pick up where the other one left off. So there's no like, oh, the next day is where the episode picks up. Like we left with freaking Valvoline, starting to attack the Deep Mariner monster. And then we see in this one, he uses another card, and his like arm changes, and it picks up right after. And I was like, does the whole arm, like, is it just the arm that changes with it when he uses another card? Because that'd be kind of like a cool gimmick for him, where his form doesn't change, he gets a different arm. Kind of like Birth, when Birth would, different parts would change and like add-ons. It was kind of like I call him freaking, I would say a Go-Go Gadget, It's like Inspector Gadget, basically, He could be like Go-Go Gadget, like propeller arm, Go-Go Gadget, drill. Like, I like the idea of not always getting forms, but like the arm changing. That's neat. I like that. Does that mean the legs would change and this and that? I'm curious. Something about Spanner is intriguing to me. I do like how he captured Deep Mariner and he just gives it to Rene. Also, there's something going on there, honestly. Not sure how I feel about it, kind of uncomfortable about it, but like it could be story purpose, like that he could be like a cousin, an older brother, adopted brother, like something. There could be some tie between them and the father. I don't know. But yeah, throughout the episode there's some questionable ways he's acting. Um so I also like that he kind of like acknowledges Hodor. He's like, all right, you did all right, kid. Not bad. You did it. You did your thing. But I'm not going to acknowledge you as a Kamen Rider. Now, as a wrestling fan, that's the highest disrespect ever. You acknowledge your tribal chief, and he won't acknowledge the Kamen Rider. So I'm like, okay, this is going to be their character dynamic. Eventually, Spanner will probably acknowledge him as a Kamen Rider. He'll probably save him, or he'll probably save Rene, and he'll be like, you know what? You are a Kamen Rider. Good job, kid. I do like that we actually got Kajiki like interacting with Hotaro, because he runs up to him and he's like, hey, look at this news article. He's like, there's a hero fighting monsters, but like all the proof and photos are getting erased, so it's like people are like kind of remembering it. So I'm sure this whole memory wipe thing will come into play, because like I watch a lot of anime and movies and this and that. What happens when you keep erasing people's memories over and over again? It's like Heroes season 2. Okay, like the Haitian was erasing Claire Bennett's mother's memory so many times, she was starting to have some things going on in her head. She even forgot who her dog was, her award-winning prize dog. So I'm just like, there's going to be some sort of like long-term side effects of constantly erasing people's memories, and I'm hoping that is something that is going to be a plot point, because it's kind of been hinted at. Last episode he's like, I can't remember. I feel like I'm remembering. I feel like I saw something. Also, this is the first time they've interacted with each other since the first episode. Like, I'm starting to wonder, like, Hotaro's kind of a bad friend. But at the same time, it's like the school life is, like, non-existent. The alchemy school is existent, but it's like, y'all got homework, right? Like, you got, because they're in the alchemist school in this episode, and even Hotaro finally points out kind of like that attitude Mine has right now, and he's like, "What, you got beef? Like, what's wrong? Like, you don't like me anymore?" Because they were kind of like, after he became an alchemist in the first episode of Snap, you thought they were gonna like warm up to each other, and she kind of seemed like, but then she like fell back to the dismissive nature once we got the flashback of her dad in the second episode, and she actually dismisses all of this, but then, like, his response is, "Hey, you should come back to my place." No, I mean, like, it's a restaurant. And it's like, you should have led with that. Like, hey, we have a restaurant. You should come by and have some food. Not, hey, you should come back to my place. Like, seems a little abrupt. And I'm going to butcher a lot of names right now. I'm telling you guys, like, no, like, I apologize. Like, I'm butchering names of cards and chemies. I'm butchering character names. Valvoline is going to be called so many different V words because I got a lot, even though I keep using the same ones because I got to save some. I don't know how long he's going to be in the show for. I can't, shoot my load of all the V words I can use right now. Also, if you watch Tokusatsu Shift a couple weeks ago, I called them vasectomy, and that was great. Man, that was hilarious. But we see the two other alchemists, and they want to borrow Camanthus because Camanthus is a level 9. So we're starting to learn about these levels, so to speak. And that would make actually capturing the other chemies easier. And they want to trade for 2 other chemies, Energy L and Sasuke Maru, which I'm getting flashbacks to me, elementary school, Pokemon TCG. It's like when I had, because I used to buy packs, like I had a little in, even when I was a kid, on merch because a family member owned a shop. Well, not a family member, not like through blood, but hey, that's the person who your parents grew up with, so you call him uncle. He had a toy shop, collectibles, cards, and this and that. So I used to get to hook up on Pokemon cards, and I had a whole bunch. I had tons. Some sitting there, dupes of Charizard. This is like first edition, but this is when they were coming out. No one knew what they were. Like, I sold some for like $40, thinking, with my mom, thinking I was like rich. But obviously now I'm like, damn, that's a lot more than $40. I mean, I still have some, but that's besides the point. But like being in school, be like, hey, I have this like Jolteon, and someone's like, oh, I'll trade you. I'm like, all right, well, I need a freaking Ghastly and a Haunter, so 2 for 1. So the 2 for 1 special trade. Obviously, he's gonna get them back. But some cool, interesting things about this is, like, I thought Spanner was gonna be like this antagonist, like this lone wolf, but he ends up joining the alchemist, and he even points out, like, I'm not a student, and but there's something going on. I already mentioned the meaning, because he walks right up to her and he's like, oh, I guess we meet again. And I'm like, sir, if you don't clarify the dynamic of what's going on, I'm going to have some issues soon, because yeah. And it's even like Hotaro points it out, because they leave, and as they're leaving, they he's like, you should go back to the restaurant, this and that, and then they look back, and Spanner's lowering himself down from the non-alchemy ladder stairs, because I still haven't seen any alchemy yet in the show, and he's just smirking. And she's like, don't bother it. Let's just, Kemi popped up. Let's just go get that. And they find out it's a trap. And our Abyssalist sisters, I'm gonna call them the Abyss sisters, Sisters of the Abyss. Sounds cooler. And they kidnapped an ant trooper, cute little ant, Antony, the ant maybe from Honey I Shrunk the Kids, which R.I.P. Best ant in cinema. And they want the driver to open the final door still. And this time, it's up to Lachesis to enter the fray. And I was just like, I need to look at something really quick before I make any comments on this. Alright, really quick, let's see. We got the Kamen Rider Gotchard wiki real quick. Let's go down to villains. Lachesis? Click on that. Oh, internet's loading. Let's click on the actress name. We gotta check real quick. Born September 23rd, 2000. Alright. We're good. I just want to make sure before we make any comments, okay? Like, Toku Twitter, you guys, questionable things that I see in the fandom, especially on Facebook and Instagram. So just always got to double check, got to make sure, got to play it safe. You never know. So yeah, let's continue that review. All right, so we're good. Crisis averted, because I know y'all are messed up on social media when it comes to females in Toku. So she fuses with the Ant Trooper, and the design's pretty cool. She can, shoot like weird liquid acid stuff. They get teleported to like ant tunnels underground, which I thought was pretty cool. The one thing is she summoned like ant minions, and I was like, okay, so we got some minions. I don't think so far this show, the way it's going, I don't think we're gonna get like the minion fodder, like it's a standard minion. Like we had the Jamato in, Geats. We had the Geef Juniors and Revice. Saber had the things with the weird cloth, like all tattered on them. So I don't know if we're gonna get regular minion style anything in this show, because we're 4 episodes in. You think they would have been introduced by now. But not a lot of action in this. More backstory and character development, like I said. So we get more dad backstory, because even Jesus tells Hotaro that it was Rine's father that gave him the driver, because obviously Hotaro didn't know this at the time. And, Rine even says, like, where is he? What happened? And she flat out was like, oh, yeah, we killed him. And, even, after they escape and everything, Rine is asking, like, is this true? Like, what happened? And, he says it, and then we get, this whole, like, not why she's mad at her father and hasn't spoke to him. It's still the same thing. He's a traitor, because her father taught her how to be an alchemist and the rules that you have to follow, and her dad broke those rules, and she felt like not only was the alchemist betrayed by her dad, she felt betrayed, and she even kind of gave up. Her motivation was like out of her. She even says she doesn't have anything she wants to do with her life. She doesn't even really care much for alchemy. It's her duty, and that's why she does it. And, we get this bonding moment, this character development, because Hotaro goes into talking about the restaurant that his dad started, but now it's just his mom running it. And he helps her so she can see her smile. And we get flashbacks. The little Rine, her dad's saying, what do you want to do, like, with your life and this and that? And she's, wants to make everyone happy. And, her dad smiles and laughs, and then we get the tears. We get some emotion out of Rine, because she's remembering her dad's smiles. And then she even says, I feel like he's still alive. And I'm like, of course he is. Like, that's an important character. You think we're going to just kill off your dad in the first episode, and then he's not going to return? Come on. Like, this is like, no. This is Kamen Rider 101. And there's, like I said, there's a lot of talking in this episode. We did, however, get a new form with the Venom Mariner, and it's all right. I guess. Like, it's not like, I mean, it got shoulder torpedoes. That's cool. I like torpedoes. Like, anything that makes explosions, cool. But in the midst of all this, of course, Rine gets captured and is demanded the driver for her release. And you figure, like, Hotaro was so gung-ho about, like, no, like, I can't let it fall into their hands, and he just easily was like, fine, okay, here you go. But the Energy L card that's still inside of it, the Chemi came out, which is liquid, and basically she got a punch to the face from an energy drink, and Rine escapes. One thing I noticed, though, is he uses the Apare Scabo form to fight, and I was like, well, you just had Venom Mariner. Was that just like a quick throwaway scene for that suit and that's it? Like, I know some of these forms obviously come back later on, but it's like, yo, you just debuted the form, like, give us something, give us some more attacks with it. And it's such a quick fight. honestly. The music was slapped a bit, though. I was like, oh, cool. Even though it was like, boom, like quick and over. But I like the upbeat tempo music, like anime style for action and fighting. But then it's like, this was such a nothing fight. And I was like, it was so quick. And usually I don't want to do full recaps, but I have to talk about this because it was more for how weird Spanner is to me, because they get teleported back to the building after they win, after he also captures Ant Trooper, and basically they're trapped. The building, everything collapses around it, because Rene tried to use some of her alchemy, but she can't because she used up too much power. So there's a limit to how often they can use alchemy. That's why I'm talking about this right now, because it's not really, like, I don't want to do recaps, but this is like kind of one of those things like, hey, guess what? Just laying it out there, you could use too much alchemy and then run out of power. And so all of a sudden we see the Mad Wheel card break through a little, like the rocks, and Hotaro grabs it and he combines it with pilots, and they escape in a cool pirate ship vehicle. And the thing that I really want, like, there's why I brought it up, not just because of the alchemy thing, but also because it's Spanner and it's more character stuff. Because he walks up, he said, give me that back, and takes Mad Wheel, disregards Hotaro completely, and just walks right up to Rene and says he's glad she's unharmed. And I'm like, what the cinnamon toast fuck is going on with these two? Because, like, she's in school, so there's a level of uncomfortability for me where I'm like, listen, you're a dude, adult, that is a school student. What is the dynamic? And then he just like walks away. And I just want to touch on this briefly because it's more character development and it's Rene's growth and the dynamic with her and Hotaro, as Hotaro's at his family restaurant, cleaning up some dishes. Rene shows up. He's all excited. The mom comes over like, oh, are you one of Hotaro's friends? And Rene answers, and she even says yes. But then we got a unique dish. We got a tasty dish that I would not touch, called the Smiley Meat Omi Rice. Omi Rice, because it's an omelet. And I would not eat that. I'm not going to lie. No. Even Rene takes a bite of it. She's like, this seems off. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not eating that. Listen, I'm all for chicken with my breakfast. I like chicken and waffles. I've actually had chicken and waffle pizza. That shit was delicious. But that's beside the point. But no. So the main thing why I brought that up is because she said yes, they're friends. So like that dynamic, that shift between the two has already had that growth. And I like that we're getting that now. So it's not spread out and then feels diminished because it either took too long or it just seemed redundant by now that they wouldn't be kind of on the same page and like friendly with each other. You know, they all have the common goal, but it took that talk between the two to really get it, you know, to spark it, which is nice. It was a good episode. I really enjoyed it. I think it's, you know, not bad. It's pretty good. I enjoyed it. I think, you know, this is one of the shows that's still in the early phases. We're 4 episodes in, so I'm still letting the pacing kind of find its footing with that. And I'm curious to see, you know, how the story progresses. Because as of right now, the overall story, we're still getting like little pocket character stuff. So I think it's pretty cool. I enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of the episode 4 of Kamen Rider Gotchard. That's it for the video. I've got other stuff I got to do. And I thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next one.